Welcome back to Fight Girls Fight. For those of you that are new to this platform, my name is Shamika and I am a triple negative breast cancer survivor. Let's get into my first appointment. Every facility does things a little differently, but in my experience, I had a nurse navigator. During my appointment with her job was to answer any questions that I may have had. She had a copy of my diagnosis with her, and she explained to me at that time the different forms of breast cancer. For those people who fall into that range of having a positive or a negative within the progesterone, estrogen, and HER2 family, your treatment is different. There are medications that they can prescribe to possibly slow those down. Chemotherapy could be a little different. It's a little different. And then there is one that is she called it the wild card. That's triple negative. Triple negative breast cancer is when there is no positives. Your breast cancer is not caused by estrogen, progesterone, or HER2. Patients with triple negative were given chemo and the chemo wasn't working. Chemotherapy for breast cancer was originally intended to treat patients who had positive estrogen or positive progesterone or positive HER2, whichever way within the family. With triple negative, there's no medications we take. There's nothing that we could do after treatment. We are just here. Triple negative breast cancer is aggressive. It's not a localized cancer. It actually grows very fast. It does not respond to any treatments that other breast cancers respond to. In conjunction with chemotherapy, immunotherapy has been found to be extremely resourceful and helpful. The nurse navigator also gave me plenty of resources, different support groups in our area and in the local cities that surrounded my area to go to try to get funding, any financial assistance, or any other information. The purpose of my nurse navigator appointment was to introduce her to me as a navigator through the process. Any questions that I had, any concerns, and just to give me more of an overview. It was not a diagnosis appointment. It was not a get my results appointment. It was just an introductory meet and greet and to give me the basic information about breast cancer and to also provide me with resources, different things that I may need in order to make my journey a lot smoother. Continue to think positively through this with a healthy mindset as you enter into the next phase of your appointment process. If you are in this stage of your process and you have not heard from a nurse or a nurse navigator, please feel free to reach out to your cancer center that you've been assigned to and contact them to see if nurse navigators are a thing and or how that facility works with their newly diagnosed cancer patients as well. They will be able to give you all the resources that you need in order to get you started on your journey. Another pamphlet that I was given at my nurse navigator appointment was information about breast cancer. All pamphlets look a little differently, but this is the one that I was given. But it asks questions, kind of Q&A pamphlet. She also provided me with just information on the support groups that we have locally in my area and how important it is to kind of step out, not be afraid. And even if you are, just go to one or two until you feel comfortable. They do different activities. And if you don't have any in that area, in the area that you're in, there should be some in the surrounding areas. I also was given a calendar. Of course, this calendar says 2022 because this is when I started my journey. But the calendars that they give you, here in Virginia, we have something called Here for the Girls, and they're based in Williamsburg. But it's different pictures of different women and their stories about breast cancer and perseverance. You can sign up to get these type of calendars, again, based on your area and different stories of each woman. So they pick women, and the women for that year were these women. It tells you a little bit about them in a bio right next to it. This is a good way to keep up with your cycles. As if we get further down, you can see when I started my journey, it actually has my cycles. I filled in my cycles to tell me, you know, when I'm going and different things that I need to do as well during it. But it's just a good resource, and it also shows you with different people. We're not alone. There's plenty of women out here that are diagnosed often, and I saw a lot of them come into my center on a regular basis, unfortunately. I also was provided with the American Cancer Society brochure for any hats, wraps, and they give you all different types of designs, colors, wigs, all this. You're going to get information on that as well. The thing that I love the most was eating. I love to eat. So eating hints and tips before, during, and after cancer treatment is a really good brochure to have. It's a booklet. It's, of course, by the National Cancer Institute, but it gives you a lot of information about foods, about your appointments, and they also give you a lot of recipes. For example, this is a recipe for lactose-free double chocolate pudding, right? Then they give you, for nausea, what is a good thing to take? It gives you hints and tips. It also tells you, okay, you can't taste or smell changes. You know, whenever we get these types of resources, it's really important that we read through them, you know, when we get bored. I did it. I was bored all the time. I'm gonna be honest. During treatment, I read a lot. I researched a lot with the information that was provided. I did not go online. I followed my doctor's advice, and I just went through this. And my other book is really worn. I had 2 of them, but I highlighted a lot of things. It discusses weight loss. It discusses surgery, radiation therapy, talking to your dietitian. Some facilities will provide you with these things, and telling you all kind of things that can happen during the symptoms of immunotherapy, the symptoms of chemotherapy, hormone therapy, any clear liquid, soups, drinks. It gives you ideas of all these different things. And also it tells you if you're having sore mouth, this is what you can do. This is what you can eat. This is what you can drink. You will find that during this journey of treatment, they will tell you to eat. Eat, 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 eat. This is not a time to take a diet. This is not a time. And when I say diet, I mean watch what you eat. Don't eat too much. This is not the time to do that. They are like, this is not the time for you to watch your weight. This is a time where we want you to eat and eat and eat. So this booklet gives you a lot of information on that as well. If your oncologist or your nurse navigator do not provide you with this or don't have this booklet, you are free to go on to National Cancer Institute, and you can find something similar to this booklet, because again, this was 2.5 years ago. So definitely look for this. They also gave me different information of if you have breast cancer. And again, it may look a little different, but this is from 2022. But it gives you even more information on questions to ask your doctor. Grading, which means staging, the size, side effects from surgery, reconstruction, if you're looking into that, what kind of treatment will you need. All of the things are in these pamphlets and these resources. I suggest when you receive these different pamphlets and books, at the time you may not feel like going through them. You may not want to hear anything about it. You may not want to bring it up or read or anything. But I suggest that you do. I suggest that the more you're informed, the better off you will be. The more educated you are about your diagnosis in the forms of these resources, these books, these pamphlets. Educate yourself more. It was a lot of things in those different pamphlets and books, and also the websites that I did not know. It was information that I wish I would have known before, just as a woman, period. But it does help to know these things. So hold on to your resources, keep them with you, keep them around where you can just sit down. Let's say you're resting, but you're not really sleepy and you just want to relax. Read it. Do not look at it as, I don't want to keep talking about cancer. I don't want to keep talking about cancer, because it's what's happening. It's what's happening to you right now at that moment. That's what's happening. So you want to be as educated as possible on all of your options, all of the things that you can do. And it also will take a time away in between your appointments. So that way, as your nutritionist, as your nurse navigator, as your doctor begins to speak to you in that medical terminology, you have some type of idea what he's talking about and what he's saying. Do it. It's a great way to keep you abreast with everything going on in your life. And not only that, ladies, let's be clear, it gives you some form of control. One thing that I had an issue with was control. You know, you run your life. I've been running my life for 40 something years. I had everything planned out, plotted out. This is what was going to happen. This is what we're going to do. This is the things we're going to do. All of these things. And I felt like I was completely out of control. I had all of these doctors, these nurses, these radiologists, these people telling me what I had to do and what I should do. And it seemed like I was out of control of my life. It felt like things were happening to me. For me, researching this information, reading this information gave me a form of control of my life for that moment, because that's what you're going to get. They're going to tell you to do this and tell you to do that. And I felt as though I could pick what I wanted to read about, and it empowered me. Let's talk about empowerment. To be empowered in the most cloudy part or cloudy moment in your life where you're unsure, these booklets and pamphlets empowered me to fight. It gave me tools to fight. Everything that you could possibly do to be empowered through this journey, take advantage of that. Don't fall into, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it. Because what that does is, that is when you lose control. When the disease can move and take over and you have no say in it, you've lost control. But as long as you are aware and educated, you're empowered. Empowered to do what needs to be done for you. You don't feel lost. Your answers are in front of you. Take advantage. Fight, girls, fight.